Episode begins, and after making it to the top, Snuffy and his homeboy ride into the sunset on the solid gold whip, thinking about how amazing life is and that they should never quit dreaming. His bro tells him that he is never going to be a boring adult who works in a corporation. Snuffy also tells Mick that the world belongs to them, and while chugging a bottle of beer, he tells them that they are the best, and that if he can't be the king of soccer, he would rather die. Presently, Snuffy looks at Baru crashing out and thrashing toward the goalpost. Everyone looks at him in a daze, wondering what is this all about. Oliver tells him to be careful. Nico wonders if he is going on a rampage. They try to reason with him, but he is done with their coordinated gameplay. After all, ever since he has accepted this so-called work, he has been dying to smash up their opponents. Snuffy looks at him in amusement, as Baru reveals that he always thought that he could steal Snuffy's techniques, and everything would be worth it. And now that he has stolen his predator's eye, he doesn't need the team anymore. Members of Uber Italy start to worry, wondering if he is about to leave the team. Is he out of his mind? Gagamaru wonders if this is a falling out. Araichi tells them that it is the perfect time to steal the ball. Kunigami and Grim try to wrestle the ball away from Baru, and Snuffy coldly wonders if he is trying to deny him. Baru says that ever since the team has been under his leadership, he can't surpass or crush Izagi to his heart's content. He unexpectedly passes the ball to Oliver and tells him that he is all good to be his wingman, and that's what his purpose should be, to serve him. Oliver accepts him as his king, and they are about to reform their gameplay to a whole new level. He passes the ball to Nico, and Nico is not sure what pattern to follow. Oliver tells him that with the numerous patterns hammered into their heads, they can make one on the fly. Lorenzo smiles and is all pumped up. Drago also accepts this gameplay, and Izagi can't believe that the Ubers are changing their formation. The once disciplined team bowing their heads to Snuffy is now being served by a new lion taking over the pride. Ness wonders what the hell is with this team, and Yukimiya tells everyone to watch out for their body-needed attacks. Noah passes by Snuffy, asking him how it feels to have his pet bite his hand. Snuffy, on the other hand, is not enraged. He finds it amusing and amazing, telling Baru to go ahead and try, show him what he's got. He can use the team he has built to surpass his gameplay. Oliver is so happy that he starts laughing. He passes the ball to Oliver, and the ball goes back and forth between them. Baru tells Snuffy to shut his gap hole. The team that he has built is definitely amazing and world-class, and is the best environment for average players, but he doesn't have enough despair to evolve. Snuffy wonders what is he saying. Baru regrets consuming his soul. He was able to change. He was able to claw his way up to the surface. And now that he is in an ideal place, this comfort is killing his drive. After all, if he fails, it will be the master's fault, and he can't live that kind of life. If he holds the hope to become the best, he can't have a guaranteed future. He needs despair on the other side of the scales. Then his life will fall into pieces into one glorious puzzle. That risk is enough to make his soul tremble, to move him to dance to the tune of his despair. He wants the parachute to be ruthless, one where they can either hunt or be hunted. Izagi realizes that he is losing his marbles and planning to create a high-level world-class stage. He is swallowing everything else, and he imagined doing something like that, but Baru is making it happen. But Izagi refuses to let Baru have his way. He won't let it happen. Gagamaru is on the guard, and he is in shooting range. He can't let him shoot. He won't let this villain swallow his team. The twin queens of Blue Lock arrive to guard the goalpost from Baru's ruthless attack. Baru welcomes the challenge. Izagi promises to crush him like a bomb. Izagi reasons that Baru has two options in front of him. If he wants to make a shot, he will have to pass by him, or the other option is on the far side. But either way, Gagamaru is ready, and he knows that if the shot goes through, he will react in time to make a split-second decision. And he is not the only defender. Kaiser is also in range. If a thing goes south, they can always block it, and the tiny opening will enable them to crush him. Unexpectedly, Baru doesn't shoot, but tries to bypass them. Izagi tries to tail him. He won't be making that shot, but Snuffier eyes all of a sudden, asking Baru what is wrong. He is the wild king of the jungle, and he should shoot. Or is he trying to pass the ball to him? Maybe he has decided to seek help from a sensible grown-up. Snuffy continues to provoke him, saying that ego alone won't get him anywhere. Baru tells them that Blue Lock has hammered that lesson into his soul, but he still wants to try to change the world. He wants to live with his own set of rules, and he will blaze the trail with his strength. Isagi grits his teeth in frustration and anger as Baru is not just trying to bypass them, but he is repositioning himself to make the shot. He imagines a ferocious lion burning behind him. Right now, Baru is not a soccer player but the avatar for the primal hunting spirit. He doesn't want to live for a future someone else decides for him. Even if he is a brat, he will become the king. And if the day comes when he can't become the king, then he would rather go out in a blaze of glory. The twin kings of Blue Lock try to block his shot, but it's too late. The overwhelmingly powerful shot passes between their legs. They realize that he has been waiting for this moment for them to line up so that he can make a double nutmeg shot that no one could have predicted. Gagamaru has no clue what to do, and Oliver realizes it's a pure gamble. There is no design or elegance to it. It's just raw emotions and power. Noah and Snuffy are right in front of the ball, and Baru tells them to get out of the way. He doesn't need grown-up adults to decide for him. Snuffy smiles, and the light in his eyes is reignited. He holds Noah off and gives birth to another nutmeg. The blazing goer smashes against the goalpost, and Italy Ubers have now tied with Bastard Mansion with 2 goals each. After parking his ride in the doorway, Snuffy knocks the door to his friend's mansion, recalling his words that they are the best in the world, and Mike is a prodigy chosen by God himself. But that day he found the prodigy lying in his own waste with drugs and booze bottles lying all around him. He recalls the start of their career with Mike, complaining that he doesn't want a partner who is huge, and Snuffy wondering why is he paired up with a tiny idiot. He recalls their days of glory, their days of brotherhood, with Mike telling him that the goal is nothing but force, and Snuffy saying that he can beat a brat with nothing but speed. They would fight, they would laugh, and they would celebrate together with baddies by their side. They would then go on long rides in luxurious cars. They were living the life, and the two of them were inseparable. That was before Mike started doing drugs. They were kicked off the starting line and they weren't doing well, not like last season. But Mike would drown his sorrows in alcohol, saying that they just had a little too much fun, and it was time to get serious. But Snuffy would break his dream, saying that they are finished on this team. The front line doesn't trust them anymore. They need to start from square one, a lower-ranked team. But Mike would not heed his advice, saying that they are kings, and they will play big or go home. Snuffy would try to make Mike look at reality. They are washed-up players now, and the world of soccer is moving very fast. Total nobodies can become superstars overnight, and they are on the other side of that spectrum. If things keep changing, new prayers will pop up, and they need to grow up. The time has come for them to choose a new future wisely. But Mike would just brush him off, wondering what about their team. To crush the 5 major leagues, and they have done one so far. But Snuffy would tell him that they need to rethink things. But Mike would brutally point out that he has died. He is not the same person as he played with. He is now just a washed-up loser, an underdog. Snuffy would decide to leave Mike to his fate, and Mike would laugh, saying that he is going to change his life, and he will give him a last piece of advice. No matter what period they are living in, the one who breathes new life into the world is not the wise adults who do things right. It's revolutionary ladies. It's brats who have too much passion for their good. Snuffy remembered their exchange as he hugged Mike's frail body, apologizing because he couldn't see the same dream as him. Their dreams could not be carried on. But now it seems as if their dreams will find a new bearer. The team goes wild, celebrating around Baru, saying that he is the king of the kings. Lorenzo is a skeptic, and Oliver is beside himself. Even Nico is glad, saying that he is the new villain king. Baru tells Snuffy what he thinks about him now. Snuffy tells him that that's a nice goal and it's like he has one of them. But the goal wasn't in his designs, so it will be a win for his ego. Baru, on the other hand, says that he doesn't want his praise. His work with him is over. He is going to say this as a lone soccer player, winning the 5 major leagues and fulfilling his debt friend deal, then retiring without regrets. Is this the life of a wise adult? And he doesn't want to let a second-rate striker run off with a trophy like that. As long as he is on the field, he must withdraw his retirement. They haven't settled things yet. Snuffy smiles and wonders about Mike and what he said at the end. He finally decides that he is going to continue his service. He will be the best in the world. And from now on, he will also be a brat with dreams till the day he dies. The team is so mirthful that they can't get enough of Baru. Now that Snuffy the Phoenix is back, Baru tells Isagi that it's time to settle this once and for all. The team is so mirthful that they start simping for Baru. The crowd goes wild looking at Baru's unpredictable super goal, and Snuffy has reacted by putting a pin in his retirement plans. This news is bound to shake the world of soccer. The Italy Ubers are in high spirits, but Inzaghi is so furious. He can't contain his rage. Baru has taken everything away from himself. He was aiming for it the whole time, and when he timed his shot to pass through his legs, he took over Uber's entire system to steal his goal. He has gotten him with his supreme visualization, and he has devoured everything. Raichi looks at Inzaghi on the verge of having a stroke. He apologizes for not being able to stay on Snuffy the whole time. Inzaghi looks at him and tells him it's fine. His play worked. They couldn't get that point because he couldn't read through well enough. Raichi looks at him in concern as he says that he is so close, but he can't visualize how to beat them. The pieces of the puzzles are not moving in harmony. He can't beat Baru or Kaiser, and there's something else. Only 3 minutes have elapsed, and it's time for the start-change system. It's time for the two masters to leave the field and change plays. Inzaghi realizes he's so focused that he forgot about the time, and it means that their members are changing as well. Snuffy smiles because they're in the lead now. Sendo is going up next, and he's all pumped after hearing his master cancel his retirement plans. No one, on the other hand, wonders who should he substitute for. Corona. Corona is badly hurt and his legs are twitching. His fellow players tell him not to sweat it. He should just relax. Noah decides that he should pick Kiora. As Kiora is about to go, Inzaghi tells them to wait. He tells Noah that they can't win this way. Noah asks for his opinion. Inzaghi tells Kiora that he's an accident choice. His skills are top-notch and his talent is on par with Corona's. In order to beat Ubers right now, nothing will change with a calculator replacement. They need a game changer, someone who will breathe new ideas into the system. Noah wonders what's he getting at. The team's rule is that players with the highest number play in the gilling. To deny that and use another player. Does he have a reason for that? Inzaghi says that it's for him to score a goal. He wants to use Hiyori so that he can become this match's hero. Hiyori looks at him in surprise. Inzaghi apologizes to Corona as he just wants to try playing with Hiyori. He uses his eyes and brains like he does, and he's the only one who can follow along with his visualization. It's just one step away and he needs this. A buddy who can give him a scoring pass. Noah, on the other hand, doesn't want to make this decision on childish emotions. He will only accept rational theories. Hiyori says that if they had another player who could take a bird's-eye view of the vision and the field, they could see where Inzaghi wants them to support him. And that would reduce Inzaghi's thinking time and increase their play speed. Their opponents would feel like being against two Inzaghis, and it's a very rational plan. Hiyori finally accepts Inzaghi's role as Inzaghi's shadow, his doppelganger. After being forced all his life by his parents, and when he got sick of their expectations, he started hating soccer so much that he had no idea what to do. But right now he feels something is different. He feels he needs to do something. He puts on his gloves and requests Noah to reconsider. For the first time in his life, he has expectations for himself. Noah accepts and tells Inzaghi that if he fails, he's off the starting lineup. Will he still do it? And Inzaghi's eyes burn brightly, promising to deliver what he has promised them. Hiyori is the last piece he needs to complete his goal. The score is tied up between the two teams and the game is changing, moving towards its climax. Snuffy is out of the game, and at this point they have no other choice but to trust Baru. He wonders if Baru will surpass his designs by inventing a new kind of goal. Oliver, Ness, and Drogo are excited to see what the game will hold for them. Even Snuffy is excited. He tells Baru to take responsibility for stealing his team. Baru tells him to shut it. He better worry about his future. And Snuffy smiles, teasing him to worry about his future as well and show him what he's got. The whole team is pumped, while Blue Lock is down in the dumps. Noah apologizes to Kiora, promising to use him in the next match, and he must not let his blade rust in the meantime. Hiyori stretches his arms and tells Inzaghi that he's thankful for the nomination. Inzaghi looks away, saying that it's not a favor or anything. He just needs to use him as a tool, and he wonders if he can use metavision as well. Hiyori says that the peripheral vision thing that he has mentioned before, indeed he can. Inzaghi says that he was snuffed by Snuffy. And how did that look to him? Hiyori says that if that pass had gone to Inzaghi's feet, they would have won. Inzaghi smiles as this makes things much easier. Now they have the same mindset. Though Hiyori doesn't want to blame Yukimiya for that one, it was his dribbling that created the chance in the first place. He then asks if he has a plan. Inzaghi nervously says that he has no plan. Hiyori laughs, pointing out that he was so confident when he picked him. And Isagi wonders what he expects. The team is changing players, so he had no choice but to make a wild guess. Since Uber is evolving right now, they have a lot of vulnerabilities. They can use their metavision to pick out the openings, and that's how they will win. Hiyori realizes their plan depends on having the best insight and analysis, like a shared imagination. Hiyori wonders why Isagi's expectations don't feel bad or heavy, unlike those of his parents. Something inside of him is trying to change at this very moment. Noah tells Snuffy without looking at him that this is an emotional strategy for him. And is it because he is trying to relive his youth? Snuffy tells him to shut it, and he also understands why he is so obsessed with Isagi. He is a gifted and talented young man. Noah also compliments Baru. In terms of strikers, he is probably the best in the U20 category. Snuffy smiles and takes pride in Baru, and seeing them go at each other's throats reminds him of their rivalry. Noah tells him to stop comparing their rivalry to this new generation. He wants the new generation to surpass them. And Snuffy says that if they both keep on growing at this rate, nothing in Japan can stop them from winning the World Cup. Their dreams will be realized. Ness, on the other hand, is on the verge of wetting his pants. Ubers are evolving, and Isagi is troublesome in his own unique way, and he wonders what will he do for Kaiser. Kaiser walks next to him asking what's wrong. Why is he panicking like a little girl? Ness asks Kaiser what he should do, and he tells Ness to take a good look. In every context, they are opening. Whatever that muscle-bound red gorilla is thinking, Isagi will try to outwit him and they will use that opening to screw them over. Lorenzo smiles, once again giving everyone a good look at his solid gold teeth. He promises to present Baru with a gold tooth, but Baru tells him to knock it off. Lorenzo tells Baru that he's grateful to him. This is the first time he's seen Snuffy all fired up. Baru says that in that case, he wants to score the last point, and the whole team agrees. Italy Ubers is like a traditional family looking out for each other. Blue Log is a toxic and chaotic family that meets up once a year for Thanksgiving. Gagamaru promises to do his best. Yukimiya wants to polish himself in this match. Raichi wants everyone to get pumped. Snuffy isn't here anymore and they can change things up. The climax is here. The teams are heated, and the match is about to start. Who will score the final point? Will Isagi emerge as the star of the match? Can he use Hiyori as his new trump card? The game pair starts and Isagi vows that he will become the king in this match. Kaiser is in the lead, dribbling the football with surgical precision, but Baru arrives ready to tackle him head-on. With no trace of his usual humor, Kaiser tells him to knock it off. He's nothing but a spiky red gorilla. Ness can't believe that Baru is so bold. He's starting completely differently than the last time they played. The ball goes on to Ness and he tries to draw him near. He zigzags through a couple of players and tries to close in. Italy Ubers all upon Ness, but he hands the ball to Kaiser. Kaiser compliments him for being a good boy and he should rest easy now. Kaiser moves through the field like a phantom, and no one can believe how he's charging up to the center at top speed, all on his own. Everyone is trying to stop him from striking. Kaiser tries to use his metavision to find the perfect position for a blazing Kaiser impact. It will be an instant kill. He locks in and notices an opening between the defenders and shoots. But Lorenzo arrives with his big head, deflecting the goal and sending it flying through the air. Isagi looks at the ball and this is within his expectations. He tries to take the shortest route to get to the point where it will land so he can steal it and make it his own. But Oliver arrives, ready to strike like a coiled-up cobra. It turns out he's another user of metavision. They're seeing the same things. And Isagi curses him, but his fellow meta-user Hiyori arrives in the nick of time, managing to save the ball. But Baru tells him to move aside and make way for the king. As he's about to wrestle the goal away, Nico manages to pry the ball away from Hiyori, making swift work of the newly joined player. Nico says that Uber takes good care of their employees. He has coordinated with Baru to swoop in and steal the ball, and Baru is now charging from the front line, taking off the grunt work by himself. Now they'll have to consider another factor while making their playoff. Right now, the Ubers are trying to support Baru and his movement, so he just needs to follow their pattern. But ultimately, Baru is a lone wolf. He's a fusion of a king selfishly fighting for his glory and a perfectly designed group of powerful soldiers. He's a nasty chimera yelling Edward. Right now, Ubers are going hand in hand with Baru's ego and idea. Everything is going through an explosive evolution. Nico makes a run for the front line, saying that everyone will be on guard for a double nutmeg. So what's the plan? Lorenzo smiles like a jester, saying that they're evolving from Ubers to Uberus. Baru tells them to shut up. He's going to find a goal in that baby. He's going to prove to the world that he's the strongest in the Neo-Negos League. Hiyori realizes that things are looking bad for them. The Ubers are just too powerful. They're fast and skilled, and he can't read them. He can't find a way in. And is this what world class feels like? He can't believe how amazing Isagi is, trying to make a goal for himself in the middle of all of these monsters, such as Kaiser and Baru, and also managing to score at this high level of intensity. This battlefield is way too crazy. For the first time in his life, Hiyori feels a fire burning in his chest. He's about to play soccer like never before.